Roll out your red coffins and get out your eulogies because we have your Backstage Pass to Hollywood. Backstage Pass starts now.
In 5,
4.
3, 2,
Are you ready?
Prepare for trouble
And make it double.
because we, Kayla and I, have a frightfully fun episode of Backstage Pass in store for you ghouls and ghosts. We're blasting off with the latest spooky scoop on all things entertainment. My name is Patrick O'Hara.
And my name's Kayla McCrae, your other host of Backstage Pass. But you probably already knew that. So guess what? It's spooky season. As you might have assumed, this episode of Backstage Pass will be all things spooky and scary, and may possibly involve skeletons.
Skeletons? I sure love skeletons, just like I love spooky, scary movies and spine-chilling series. Speaking of, which piece of blood-curdling news should we monster mash our way into today, Kayla?
Well, let's start off with a revival of the dead, aka a reboot announcement. Regardless of if you've ever watched this show, I'm pretty sure you've heard the name Buffy the Vampire Slayer thrown around at some point. The iconic late 90s teen horror dramedy starring Sarah Michelle Gellar as the Slayer herself is coming back to our TV screens. Over the summer, it was announced that a revival series of Buffy will be coming to Hulu at some point, with Gellar herself executive producing and starring in the show. While there were a lot of excited fans, there was also a lot of understandable apprehension because it's yet another reboot. Gellar made a post on her social media about the matter, stating that she initially didn't see a way for the show to exist again, but reassured fans that she wouldn't have eventually agreed to it if she didn't think it could be done right. In Sarah Michelle Gellar, we trust. I've actually been watching the original Buffy series myself. Can you believe they have all 7 seasons on DVD just lying around in the Connolly library? I would be a fool not to take advantage. I just finished season 2, and I'm having quite a blast. While there's some 90s cheese to get over at times, this show is pretty awesome. I like the characters and their dynamics, the monsters of the week, and the overarching threats, and the drama of it all. I cannot wait to see how everything continues over the course of the series. It's a great October watch. As for the reboot, I'll have to see how it is when it comes out.
We sure hope you like scary movies because this haunting franchise just wrapped up its story. The Conjuring Last Rites, released on September 5th, brought to life the final case by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Following paranormal activity at Curio Shop, the Warrens are faced with their deepest and darkest fears as an antique mirror elicits a supernatural spirit they faced in their very first investigation. But this time, it will be a battle unlike anything they've ever faced before. Notably, the two will be forced to choose between continuing the investigation or choosing their own family and future.
Now back to a movie that's decades old. I'm sure you've heard of this one, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did you know that 2025 marks the 50th anniversary of this iconic spooky season classic? That's right. This movie premiered back in 1975, but Richard O'Brien's 1973 musical titled The Rocky Horror Show came first. O'Brien took his stage play to the big screen 2 years later, which is what we now know as the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Initially, it totally flopped at the box office, but ever since movie theaters started doing midnight screenings of the film, it was an underground hit. People dressed up and developed all types of inside jokes and traditions for these screenings, which eventually grew into the massive cult classic it is today. Its themes of unabashed queerness, its campy and silly tributes to vintage sci-fi horror films, and arguably Tim Curry himself is what makes this such an enduring film. To this day, there are still midnight screenings with live shadow casts all across the country and the world, including right here in Philly. If you haven't experienced a Philly Rocky Horror Shadowcast midnight screening, the 50th anniversary year is the time to do it. Trust me, I've been a bunch of times, and it's awesome.
If you were a part of the, quote, Losers Club in 2017, then get ready to become one once again. It, Welcome to Derry, a prequel to Stephen King's It, will be hitting the streaming platform HBO on October 26th. The story, set in 1962, follows a small family as they move into Derry, Maine, completely unaware of the evil lurking around the corner. Or should I say, the sewers, perhaps. This prequel will be centered around the burning of the Black Spot from King's novel, which occurred due to the Pennywise the Evil Clown's influence. And yes, you'll be thrilled to know that Bill Skarsgård from the 2017 film will be reprising his role as Pennywise for this nightmare-fueled prequel. Catch the series when it hits HBO on October 26th.
A prequel? Well, that's funny because I have a sequel to talk about. That sequel being The Black Phone 2. If you're a fan of the original 2021 horror film starring Ethan Hawke and Mason Thames, then you're in luck. This film follows Thames once again as Finney, 4 years after the events of the first film. After his younger sister Gwen has dreams of a series of murders that happened at a winter camp in 1957 and a phone call from their mother, they travel to the camp to get to the bottom of how it's all connected, all while still being terrorized by the grabber from beyond the grave, who vows revenge on Finney for killing him in the first film. Apologies for spoilers. Black Phone 2 premiered on October 17th, earning $26.5 million in the North American box office. If you want to see it in theaters, now's your chance.
Next is a movie many viewers are calling Goosebumps for adults. Focusing on a collection of Halloween VHS tapes, VHS Halloween is a found footage anthology film composed of 6 individual short films, soaked in blood. Produced by Bloody Disgusting, Trick or Treat is turned into a task for survival as the tapes unleash a series of twisted and sinister tales of hauntings, serial murders, supernatural chaos, and even cursed soda. This Shudder original is available to watch now.
Well, that's enough from us about movies. Now let's fly over on our broomsticks over to Maddie of So Boom as she talks about the Disney Channel spooky season classic, Twitches. Take it away, Maddie.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Maddie Green, back again with a throwback that still hits like Halloween candy. Welcome back to So Boom. Make sure to follow us on IG at LaSalle Lit Lounge to see where all the magic happens. Today we're jumping into a Disney Channel iconic movie that turns spells, sisters, and sass into cinematic gold, Twitches. So Boom, meet Cameron, played by Tia Mowry, bougie artist raised in a mansion, and then there's Alex, played by Tamara Mowry, down to earth, hustling, raised by a single mom, 2 girls, same birthday, who just so happened to be twin witches. The T, they were separated at birth to protect them from the darkness. Yes, that's literally its name. An evil shadow cloud that's trying to destroy their magical homeland, Coventry. They bump into each other on their 21st birthday. Like, girl, imagine finding out you have a long-lost twin at the mall, please. And then realizing, oh, by the way, we got a matching amulets and magical powers. Next thing you know, they got to team up. At first, it's awkward. Cameron's like, I like shopping, and I have rich people vibes, blah, blah, blah. And Alex is like, I got bills, girl, chill. But when their magic syncs up, chef kiss. They learn their bio mom, Queen Miranda, is still alive in Coventry and still fighting the darkness. The climax, the darkness goes full shadow demon mode, trying to take over Coventry. Even threatens their mom. But Cameron and Alex, they lock hands, chant a spell, and boom, the power of sisterhood nukes the darkness. Credits roll, the twins are happy, mom's safe, the Coventry kingdom restored. Moral of the story, family is family. Even if you meet them at 21, and the real magic, it's the bond between sisters, no matter how different your worlds are. Phew. I think I got the chills a little bit. Hold on. Think that means we should hop on our broomsticks and head over back to the studio. My name is Maddie Green, and remember to follow at LaSalle Lit Lounge to keep up on IG with all of our rich, crafty events. I'll leave you with fun final sentiment. Go Twitches, go Twitches, go Twitches, go Twitches.
Thanks, Maddie. Admittedly, I was a late bloomer when it came to watching Twitches, but when I eventually saw it, I really liked it. I'll have to watch it again sometime. But for now, let's creep our way into music news.
The morning light is turning blue, and it's not so bizarre that Tame Impala has released a song very fitting for the spooky season, titled Dracula. The psychedelic multi-instrumentalist recording artist details a yearning kind of love where the recipient keeps running away like Dracula when the sun rises. Likewise, Impala released a music video to accompany the track. The video, set at a nighttime party with an outback setting, offered visual references to, quote, Western Australia's rave and bush stove culture. Dracula is the third single off Impala's studio album, Deadbeat, which released October 17th. Truth be told, I found the album to be a solid 10 out of 10 listen. I highly suggest if you give it a try. Both the album and the song are available to stream everywhere now.
Well, I've got a band recommendation for you that's all about spooky. I'm talking about Zombina and the Skeletones. The rock band has been doing their thing since the late 90s. Their most well-known song being Nobody Likes You When You're Dead from the 2002 album titled Taste the Blood of Zombina and the Skeletones. But in 2025, they've announced an upcoming full-on album comprised of newer complete versions of tracks from their previous 4 EPs titled In Sinisterio. The album is set to be released on Halloween Day, but a couple of tracks have dropped earlier this month, including Witch Mountain, Last Day on Earth, Kill, and The Flesh. I've become quite a fan of Witch Mountain. It's a garage rock-esque bop that's really putting me in the mood.
There's actually an artist that surprisingly put me into the Halloween mood too, which I did not expect from her discography, like at all. American singer and songwriter Slater, with 3 Ys, officially released her single Cannibalism on September 12th, and I've been feeling ghastly ever since. Now, I know the title is very off-putting, but the song is actually about an obsessive kind of love that starts off feverishly intense, but ultimately ends with self-destruction and heartbreak. A love that consumes even the darker parts of yourself. Notably, it offers a sound reminiscent of the Munsters theme song and a touch of the Scooby-Doo theme song, but with a rockier and killer bass line, and with a Gwen Stefani twist. The singer also shared the self-directed music video for the song on the same day, which serves sadistic Halloween horror to the fullest. But be warned, it does contain blood and gore, so watch at your own risk. After all, baby, this is do or die.
Not quite a spooky artist that I'm about to talk about, but an artist who embraces the macabre and the strange nonetheless. I'm talking about Ash Nico. The alt-hyperpop artist's new album Smoochies just dropped on October 17th. Tracks from the album have already become hits on social media like Trinkets and Sticky Fingers. But now that the full album is out, Ash Nico has also announced a 2026 Smoochies tour, including a stop in Philly in May. I'm not a bona fide Ash Nico fan, but I know I would still love to experience her in concert. Perhaps that will come true.
I love the macabre and the strange myself, especially when it comes to spine-tingling stories. Luckily, our friend Savannah McLaughlin has a chilling Indian folklore to share with us today in honor of Pre-Diwali and Bengali. So grab a stack and get cozy, because you're about to hear the story of Karna Pishana Chini.
My name is Savannah McLaughlin, and welcome to Once Upon a Time with Savannah. So grab a snack, take a seat, and let's begin. First off, I wanted to make this segment to be able to expose people to different fairy tales from multiple different cultures, as well as for different holidays. Today we'll be focusing on Halloween, but not the typical Halloween we are all used to. We will be focusing on Bhoot Chaturdashi, a pre-Diwali Bengali tradition that occurs on the 14th day of the lunar month. This year it was celebrated on Sunday, October 19th. The point of this holiday is to ward off evil spirits and to honor ancestors, which is perfect for the Halloween season. Today, I will be telling the story of Karna Pishani, a dangerous female spirit from the Indian folklore with dark tantric practices. So, in a small, secluded village in India, nestled amongst dense forests and misty hills, there was an old temple dedicated to the goddess Kali. The villagers feared the temple, for it was said to be haunted by a Karna Pishashini, a fearsome spirit known for its ability to possess people through their ears and control their minds. The legend had been passed down for generations. According to the story, she was once a beautiful woman who fell in love with a powerful tantric. The tantric, however, betrayed her love, leaving her heartbroken and filled with vengeance. To take revenge, she mastered dark magic and became a Karna Pishashini, vowing to torment any man who dared to enter her domain. One rainy night, 3 friends from the neighboring town, Raj, Pira, and Vikram, decided to test their courage and visited the haunted temple. The villagers warned them about the legend, but they laughed it off, thinking it was just a superstition. As they entered the forest, a chilling wind began to blow the tree, and the trees rustled, and the shadows seemed to dance in the darkness. The path to the temple was narrow and treacherous, winding through dense underbrush and slippery rocks. Despite the eerie atmosphere, the friends continued, driven by curiosity and a sense of adventure. When they finally reached the temple, they found it abandoned and overgrown with vines. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. Raj, being the bravest, led the way inside. The interior was dark, with only the faint light of their torches illuminating the ancient stone walls covered in strange symbols. As they explored, Pura noticed a large ornate mirror at the far end of the temple. She felt drawn to it, as if it were calling out to her. Vikram, sensing something was wrong, tried to pull her away, but it was too late. A sudden gust of wind blew through the temple, extinguishing their torches and plunging them into darkness. In the silence that followed, they heard a soft, whispering voice. It was the voice of the Karna Pishashini, speaking in a language they did not understand. Raj felt a sharp pain in his ears, as if something was crawling inside. He screamed in agony, falling to the ground, clenching his head. Vikram and Priya tried to help him, but Raj's eyes turned blank, and his voice changed. He began to speak in a strange, otherworldly tone, warning them to leave the temple or suffer the same fate. Pura, terrified, tried to run, but the doors slammed shut on their own, trapping them inside. The Karna Pishashini had taken control of Raj. He stood up, moving in a stiff, unnatural manner, his face twisted into a sinister smile. "You have entered my domain," he said in a voice that was not his own, "and now you will pay the price." Vikram, desperate to save his friend, remembered an old chant his grandmother had taught him to ward off evil spirits. He began to recite it loudly, his voice trembling with fear. She laughed, mocking him, but as he continued, the laughter turned to screams of anger. The ground beneath them shook, and the temple walls began to crumble. Vikram kept chanting, his voice growing stronger with each word. The spirit's grip on Raj weakened, and he collapsed to the floor, unconscious. The mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces, and a deafening roar filled the temple as she was banished back to the realm of the dead. With the spirit gone, the doors opened, and the friends fled the temple, never looking back. They returned to the village, shaken but alive, vowing to never speak of what happened that night. The villagers, however, knew that the curse could never truly be broken, and the temple remained a place of fear and darkness, waiting for the next group of brave souls to enter and face the terrors within. Now, personally, if you ask me, I think that she is a girl boss, but I think that's just me. Well, that is all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this story, and feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. And if you have any stories you would like me to read or talk about next time, I'm Savannah McLaughlin, and I'll see you next time right here on Once Upon a Time with Savannah.
Thanks, Savannah. I also think Karna Pishachini is a girl boss. Nothing beats a good scary story to take the chill off my bones, at least in my opinion.
Jumping back very quickly to film-related news, October is not only the time for the spooky, but for the 34th Annual Philadelphia Film Festival. This festival is taking place from October 16th to the 26th at the Philadelphia Film Society. Go to their website and see this year's lineup. You don't even need a pass to go. You can just buy individual tickets to whichever movie you want at a reduced student price. Maybe I'll see you guys there because I'll definitely be making my way down there.
Are you scared of the boogeyman? No? Well, you should be, because he's officially coming home, this time in video game format. That's right, John Carpenter's 1987 film, Halloween, has officially been adapted into an asymmetrical horror video game, set to launch September 8th, 2026. Users will have the choice of either slashing their way as the Shape himself, Michael Myers, or fight him off as a stealthy civilian of Haddonfield, Illinois. And if that's not enough for you, users will also have the option of partaking in multiplayer matches online with friends, or in a single-player story mode. My personal favorite aspect is that Myers will have the ability to teleport. Like, many over the years have joked that he's able to do. Nonetheless, do you think that you have what it takes to take on evil itself?
I know I sure don't. I certainly have what it takes to scour for more spooky Philly activities, though. I have 2 more recommendations, or in fact 3 more recommendations of spooky film-related stuff to check out in the city. The VHS Club, Space Melt Cinema, and Girls Like Horror, 3 movie clubs in the city that host pop-up movie events. VHS Club is doing a scary movie double feature every Friday in October. Space Melt Cinema is doing a screening of the cult classic Ginger Snaps on Halloween night. And Girls Like Horror does horror stuff all year round, so you'll have no worries there. If you like weird local niche pop-up movie events, you'll love them.
When we covered VHS Halloween earlier, we discussed the topic of cursed soda. Well, this next story has absolutely zero relation to any sort of cursed soda, but it does tie together a few stories Kayla and I covered throughout today's episode. In celebration of Halloween, Universal Pictures and Blumhouse teamed up with the soda brand Fanta for a horror icon-themed collection. To start, the soda brand released a limited edition berry flavor titled Fanta's Chucky Punch, which featured everyone's favorite good guy doll, Chucky. The limited edition flavor was followed by character takeovers for the core and most beloved Fanta flavors. The orange flavor depicted the iconic Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's in support of the film's upcoming sequel, which releases December 5th, and the film's collaboration with Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. The grabber from the Black Phone knifed himself onto the strawberry flavor in promotion of the Black Phone 2, which Kayla covered earlier. The Shape himself, Michael Myers, sliced down for the pineapple flavor. And lastly, Megan from the Megan movie slayed her way for the grape flavor in promotion of Megan 2.0, which released way back in June. So, if any of these horror icons speak to you, be sure to grab a Fanta on your next excursion.
The most important question you might be asked during Halloween is, what's your favorite scary movie? So we took this question to our fellow explorers in this spooky edition of Backstage Asks. Hey Explorers! Welcome back to Backstage Asks. I'm Kayla McCrae.
I'm Patrick O'Hara.
And who are you?
So Lucas could not make it today, but I'm an old friend from a party. I am alien number 1.
Alien number 1. All right.
I don't know who that is. I've never met him.
We can work with this.
I miss my brother and I never saw them after the party. R.I.P. Alien number 2 and alien number 3. Miss you. Mwah.
Well, we miss Lucas.
Yes, we miss Lucas.
I don't.
Oh, we'll have to deal with alien number 1 until Lucas comes back. But guess what time of year it is?
Spooky season!
Yes, it's finally spooky season. So that means we're asking our fellow explorers, what's your favorite scary movie? So let's get into it, shall we? Hi, welcome to Backstage Ask. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sayori.
My name is Gabby.
My name is Shaden.
I'm Cass.
I'm Dan.
My name is Devontre.
I'm Soraya.
I am Matt.
And my name is Demetrius, man.
So, what's your favorite scary movie?
So I really like Scream, but I'm more so of a show type of girl. So I really like Girl from Nowhere. That's a really good one. I really like a lot of Netflix horror shows, so that one's definitely up there.
My favorite scary movie, Spookiest, is The Lost Boys. It's a very good vampire movie, you know, from the 80s, classic 80s movies, feel to it. If you like just vampires in general, that's all I'm gonna say, everything like that. It has Kiefer Sutherland in it, so if y'all like that, you can watch it for that too.
I like a lot of scary movies. Chucky, obviously. Scream. I love basically every single Scream movie. But I think my favorite might have to be Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. Part 1, really good. Part 2, really good as well.
Okay, I'm gonna say The Conjuring 2 because I just watched that last night and it was pretty spooky.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did have a few.
Definitely The Shining. It's such a timeless horror movie with a lot of great scenes, a lot of great dialogue, awesome actors. But another one I've seen it's called Longlegs. And Nicolas Cage is in it, and he plays this really weird person, and it's kind of at times he wasn't acting. So
My favorite scary movie is It Follows and Midsommar.
They're just both psychological thrillers, and just the ending of Midsommar was really, really great.
My favorite scary movie is called Incantation. If you really love horror, then that's the one. It's about a mother who tries to heal her daughter from a ritual that she did when she was younger. And basically tries to put it on the whole world.
to save her daughter.
The Human Centipede. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
What are you saying? That's a favorite on my home planet.
Okay. I don't mean to disrespect on your movie, of course. It's a really great movie. I just wouldn't watch it again.
My favorite scary movie would probably be Friday the 13th when Jason took Manhattan. When he was fighting the bull on top of the roof and he stole the bull and his head flew off. Yeah. That was the funny, It wasn't funny, but it was funny. Like, he was all like, he really thought he was going to really beat Jason. And Jason standing there like
come on now.
Just stole him. Like.
Unfortunately, Cheyenne, our MVP of Backstage Pass and Backstage Ask, could not be here today. Unfortunately, she is hospitalized due to many stab wounds from the infamous killer, Ghostface, simply because she didn't answer the following question. What is your favorite scary movie?
So simple.
Cheyenne, we miss you, we love you, we're always thinking of you. Please get well soon. And remember, when Ghostface calls, pick up.
So those are some excellent answers from our fellow explorers. Now I have to ask you guys what your favorite scary movie is. Pat, how about you?
Halloween, Michael Myers.
That's awesome. Alien number 1, how about you?
So Lucas, as he already said, his favorite Halloween movie is Frankenstein. But on my planet, we really love killer clowns from outer space. We love it. We wear masks of it. We just love it all over our face.
Aren't the clowns in that movie kind of like aliens themselves?
Exactly. They're a neighboring planet of ours.
Oh, so it's more like a biography.
What's yours, Kayla? What's your favorite scary movie?
So I have a couple of them, but I would say the first one is my second favorite movie period of all time. 1979's Alien by Ridley Scott. That is a fire movie.
Well, luckily you have an alien.
That's true. At least you're not a xenomorph alien, though. Those are the scary ones.
My cousin! My cousin!
I also have honorable mentions. I really like Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. I saw it for the first time in 2020. Awesome movie.
Norm, nah!
Anyway, maybe we should head back to the studio?
Yeah, before alien number 1 freaks out.
What if I get eaten?
What if we get eaten?
Let's head back to the studio ASAP.
Yeah, let's go.
Bye-bye, alien.
Bye.
I'm glad Backstage Asks ended because I could have went on and on about all my favorite scary movies. Ghostface would have had quite the challenge if he came after me.
Same here, but I could imagine I'd fight him off like Scream's Dewey Riley or Chad Meeks Martin, which means I would be stabbed a million times and yet the plot armor would keep me safe. Look, I'd go on and on and on about more spooky news, but unfortunately the knife is cutting deep. It's the end of our show.
Same here, but fortunately you didn't take a wrong turn because there's a hauntingly special place you can connect and keep up with us. Social media.
Get your phone out and follow us on these various platforms seen on your screen. Give us a follow, leave a comment, and let us know if you have any suggestions. Plus, you can check out our exclusive content, including hilarious blooper reels and some extra spine-tingling content to make sure you're following us. If you don't, we'll have to force you to drink some cursed soda, and who knows, it could be tasty. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Patrick O'Hara.
And I'm Kayla McCrae. Happy Halloween from all of us here on Backstage Pass. We'll see you next time, right here on Backstage Pass.